we're taking a bit of a break from Fallout 4 in order to do Skyrim. For a minute, I thought there was an enemy right off the bat, but then I forgot we get brought in on a cart. Move a bit more. Guess it just hasn't triggered yet.
Hey, you.
There it is.
You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush, same as us. And that thief over there.
Damn you Stormcloaks. Skyrim was fine until you came along. Empire was nice and lazy. If they hadn't been looking for you, could have stolen that horse and been halfway to Hammerfell. You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now, thief.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric? The Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. But if they've captured you... Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
Oh, what's
Hey.
happening?
What village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
General Tullius, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Sure. Mara, Debella, Kinnereth, Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Thalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this.
Stormcloaks really do not like elves. Luckily, we're siding with the
This is
Empire.
Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. Wonder if
At least
Velod
this
is
time
still
we are.
making that mead
Maybe
with
do a
juniper
separate
berries
video.
mixed in.
where we side with the
When I
Stormcloaks
was
for
a
the
boy,
Civil War.
the Imperial
Plot
walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
Who are they, Daddy? Where are they going?
To go inside.
Why? I want to watch the soldiers.
Inside the house. Now.
Whoa!
Yes, Papa.
Get these prisoners out of the carts. Move it!
Why are we stopping?
Why do you think? End of the line. Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us.
No, wait, we're not rebels.
Face your death with some courage, thief.
You've got to tell them, we weren't with you. This is a mistake.
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time.
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Ralof of Riverwood. Lokir of Rorikstead.
No, I'm not a rebel. You can't do this.
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me.
Archers! Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward. Who are you?
Alrighty, time to create our character. Heavily considering a Khajiit. Maybe we'll play an orc. Nah. This may take a while to decide. Let's look at each of their bonuses. Natural resistance to diseases and the ability to breathe underwater. And regenerate health very quickly with hit skin. Quick and perceptive grasp of spellcraft. Resistance to magic. Dragon skin power to... We're gonna go with that one. Because I am heavily considering a magic build for this. What scars can we go with? I like giving my characters scars. Gives them a bit of a untold backstory, in my opinion. Is that just a burn on the nose? I think it is. I can't really tell. Ugh, that's a pretty nasty gash. That reminds me of a very similarly placed scar in Fallout 4, if I'm being honest. Okay, that's some damage to the cheek and lower lip. Scratches across the lower part of the face. Oh, that looks brutal. I also kinda like a couple of these. This one is by far my favorite. We're gonna go with that. Do we want war paint? I'm thinking no on the war paint, honestly. Yeah, we're gonna say no on the war paint. That for complexion. And we can leave all of that as is. Now, eye color. We can be a demon. Or possessed. To be honest, I saw one that I did really like. Where is it? There it is. That sort of steel gray, silverish color. I like that. Alright, and finally the hair. I like that hairstyle. That's a good hair color. I like that. Name. Hmm. This is a tough choice. Huh. Let's go with Snowy. Call back to an old username of
You from
mine, as
Daggerfall,
well as,
Breton? Fleeing from some court intrigue?
one of my
Captain,
previous
what should we do?
characters
She's not on the
I don't
list.
have anymore.
Forget the list. She goes to the block.
By your orders, Captain. I'm sorry. We'll make sure your remains are returned to High Rock. Follow the captain, prisoner.
Now we just let the current situation play out.
Ulfric Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos, and now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the eight divines upon you.
For the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over.
Learn our... As you wish.
Come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
You Imperial bastards!
Justice!
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in
We're gonna
death
try not
as he was
to
in life.
become a stealth archer here.
Next,
No
the
guarantees.
Bretons!
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
I said, next prisoner!
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentries, what do you see?
It's in the clouds!
No, it's not. That's very clearly not in the cloud.
Give us another chance. This way!
That God won't give us another chance to turn around very slowly.
Jarl, look. What is that?
Could the legends be true?
Legends
Need to
don't
move
burn
some of
down.
these rocks.
Hammond, you need to get over here! Now! Data boy, you're doing great. Toro! Everyone get back! Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way. Gunnar, take care of the boy. I have to find General Tullius and join the defense.
Gods guide you, Hadvar.
I'll be honest, I never
Stay close to the
noticed
wall!
him say that line.
Take to kill this monster.
Quickly, follow me!
Give me a hand. Into the keep, soldier! We're leaving!
It's you and me, prisoner! Stay close!
How in oblivion do we
traitor! Out of my way!
We're escaping, Hadvar. You're not stopping us this time.
Fine! I hope that dragon takes you all to Sovereign God!
Keep your eyes
With me,
on it.
prisoner! Let's go! Looks like we're the only ones who made it. Was that really a dragon? Or bring us to the end times? We should keep moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off. There you go. Take a look around. There should be plenty of gear to choose from. I'm going to see if I can find something to burn. You better get some gear. You better... That armor. Give that sword a few swings. Let's keep moving. That thing is still out there.
I'll show you a cool thing that I learned from playing this section so many times. If you rush ahead of... not Hadvar, forget his name already. That guy there.
Cloaks. Maybe we can reason with them.
We're open! At Skyrim!
Fast enough to get these guys a bit of hits in before we even
Better
register.
than that.
Let me see if I can... That door open.
Now what we want is over here from Gunyer. And that is his axe. As that is better than our sword.
Let's go!
Someone there?
Someone there?
To the Empire!
Damn, that dragon.
Wow.
An old store. See if you can find some potions. Might come in here. Done then? This way.
We, by the way, are going to kill the torturer.
What are you
That's
doing?
Hadvar. Dead. Specifically for this. Oh, well, hello, Sean. Nice to see you again.
Must have scared them off.
Glad to see you tuning into another stream.
Wait a second. Looks like there's something in this cage.
Not what I wanted to click on.
See if you can get it open with some picks. We'll need
I'll
everything
take
we
some
can
of
get.
this stuff to sell later.
Grab what you can and let's go.
We are going to switch to a steel dagger as it pairs well with the fact that we're doing a magic build here. That was the wrong dagger. We want the steel dagger. Not as good as the axe or even the mace, but I think it pairs well with magic. Our magic is meant to be our heavy hitting attribute. so we're gonna want this. Before we forget about it, we do want to equip flames. How are you today, Sean? Glad to see you tuning into another stream.
Where in Oblivion are we supposed to go? Where's the way out?
Just give me a minute. Let me think.
Get to the Empire!
Stormcloak!
We are gonna need to get a bow off of the archers down here. And real quick. Keep trying to sprint like I'm in
I'll see.
Fallout 4 here. Gonna want this longbow. Take this guy's arrows. I'm alright myself. The reason you're speaking Spanish? Yes, we're running with the Imperials here. And God, what I just said sounded way more rude than I wanted it to. That was not meant to sound rude. Alright, that's how we equip the longbow. Good to know.
Let's see where this goes.
Yes, we are running with the Imperials this time. May end up doing a second playthrough running with the Stormcloak, but no guarantee, just due to the fact that I have already heavily tortured myself with extensive gameplay for Fallout 4. Not much a fan of doing it again with Skyrim. This is where the longbow is important. One hit kill. Need those in order to make things like leather. As the title of the video suggests, we are playing this unmodded right now. Wait, no, I actually don't think I put that in the title now that I think about it. But we're playing unmodded. We are not going to play on survival mode. That is enough torture in Fallout 4.
Wait.
We chose Breton, by the way.
Looks like he's gone for good this time.
Yeah, no, I realized that
I don't think
after
we
I
should
said
stick
it,
around to see if he comes
I didn't
back.
put it in the title. But no,
Town from here is
this is unmodded, as I do want to get a few trophies for this, because why not?
Good luck. I wouldn't have made it without your help today.
As I've said previously also, we will be using a magic build for this. So we're playing a mage. At least that's the goal. Knowing me, I will likely end up going back to my typical stealth archer ways, as do a lot of Skyrim players apparently. But we are trying not to turn into a stealth archer this time, as we want this to be a bit more interesting than that. That is an interesting fact that I was not aware of. That is very interesting. Yes, the men ate 5 feet, totally. You know, when you just eat 5 random dismembered feet, God, I'm getting this stream banned so quickly right now. Okay. Come on. Bring it. There we go. Use your pelt. Ouch. Alright, there's supposed to be a third wolf. Where's the third wolf? Yeah, I think I remember hearing something like that before. I remember there being a third wolf. Where's wolf number 3 at? Huh. Not here this time, I guess. Now I need to check to make sure I actually got these pelts, because I already forgot whether okay, I got that one, and I got that one. I'm already forgetting what I have and haven't done.
I'm glad you decided to come with me. We're almost to Riverwood.
It might have been one of the elven ones.
Things look quiet enough here. Come
Could
on.
be. God, I keep trying to press the touchpad to switch
Uncle
perspectives
Alva,
as if I'm playing Fallout 4. It's like I keep trying to sprint using the crouch button.
Are you on leave from shores, boats? What happened to you, boy? Are you in some
Uncle,
kind
please,
of trouble?
keep your voice down. I'm fine, but we should go inside to talk.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
it might have been Wood Elf.
And who's this?
She's a friend. Saved my life, in fact. Come on, I'll explain everything, but we need to go inside.
Okay, come inside then. Sigrid will get you something to eat, and you can tell me all about it.
A dragon! I saw a dragon!
God, there I go again,
What?
trying to switch
What is it now,
perspective
Mother?
with
It was
the
as big as
touchpad.
a mountain and black as night. It flew right over the barrel.
Dragons now, is it? If you keep on like this, everyone in town will get crazy. And I've got...
Sigrid, we have company.
Yeah, I've seen mods like that. They change the heights and stuff to be more accurate
Hi,
to the
Bard.
lore.
We've been so worried about you. Come, you two must be hungry. Sit down and I'll get you something to eat.
Now then,
This
boy,
must be our equivalent
the
of the
big mystery?
spinning box.
what are you doing here looking like you lost an argument with a cave bear?
I don't know where to stop. You know I was assigned to General Tullius' guard. We were stopped in Helgen when we were attacked by a dragon.
A dragon?
Yeah, I've seen it on
That's
PS4. I use it from time to
ridiculous.
time.
You aren't drunk, are you, boy?
Husband, let him tell his story.
Not much more to tell. This dragon flew over and just wrecked the whole place. Mass confusion. I don't know if anyone else got out alive. I doubt I'd made it out myself if not for my friend here. I need to get back to Solitude and let them know what's happened. I thought you could help us out. Food, supplies, a place to stay.
Of course. Any friend of Hadvar's is a friend of mine. I'm glad to help however I can. Like I said, I'm glad to help in any way I can. But I need your help. We need your help.
Go ahead and grab the iron ingot, the potions of healing, and the 2 rings. Everything else
The
is
Jarl
useless
needs
to
to
me.
know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt. I see no harm in it, if you have the skill. The grindstone will improve your weapons. Use the table to improve your armor.
Dragon? What did it look like? Did it
And
have
now
big
for
teeth?
some minor looting up
Well,
there.
I'd better get back to work. You two make yourselves at home.
Mainly for all this gold.
Make yourself at home.
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
You're pretty, I'll give you that. Just stay away from my husband, Alvar.
Oh, shush, woman. Can't take the hunting bow. Can't take the armor. More gold.
What do you need?
More gold. I know, right? It's like... she says that no matter what your character looks like as long as they're female. And it makes no sense. Like, are you that afraid of the possibility? Like, if you're that afraid that your husband will cheat, you might need a new husband. It makes you wonder if he's had a tendency to, like, flirt with other women or something. I imagine there's probably some sort of lore you can find based around that, but I'm not going to go searching for it personally.
Take what you need, my friend. Within reason, of course.
Oh, can you no longer do a thing where you ask if he wants help around before?
Until next time.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's weird.
Gods watch over your battles, friend.
Alright, so we want to improve our steel dagger.
Not bad. Reminds me when I first started smithing.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, it's definitely something that's like, you really think that's a possibility. No. And most of the time, when the partner is that afraid of it, it's for nothing because their partner is like the least likely person to cheat ever. Like, it's usually just one person being extremely insecure about themselves, which it's an unfortunate situation, you know, when you're that insecure about yourself. But like, you know, like it's definitely like, you know, maybe try and talk to them and not, you know, get all worried about it. Like, worrying about it just makes it worse, because then they feel like you don't trust them.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Is that just me, or is that the guy who voiced Nick?
We are done talking about this. Oh, a customer. Sorry you had to hear that. Yeah, well, I don't know what you overheard, but I think I have a few old spell books laying about. If you want more, you'll have to go to the College of Winterhold.
Oh, trust me, we intend to. Books. Man, that's pricey. We need a little more gold ourselves. Sell these extra weapons. Keep our woodcutter's axe. It's a pretty neat one. Go ahead and buy this one too.
Damn thieves.
Yeah, like, that's another thing. Like, I've seen a ton of videos online talking about how someone will have a partner and, you know, this partner will have a dream that their partner cheats on them, and then they'll be mad at the partner once they wake up. Like, you know, and I've heard of it being on both ends, so it's not just, you know, one gender is the thing. Like, I've heard of it, you know, being from both sides of it. You know, like, a person will have a dream that their partner cheats on them, and then when they spend the whole next day pissed off at their partner. Like, here's the thing. If you're having dreams that your partner is cheating on you, it likely means you think that there's a chance they'll cheat on you. And if you think your partner could cheat on you, then you need to have a discussion with them about it. Yeah, I know, right? That's so healthy.
As if things weren't bad enough.
Like, you need to talk to people about it. Or you need to talk to your partner about it, you know. Discuss that so that, you know, you can, one, hopefully if they are, you know, cheating on you and are considering it, talking about it with them may cause them to come forward about it. And if they're not cheating or thinking about cheating on you, then it would, in the best situation, you know, put that fear to rest. I know, right? You know, communication, totally worthless. you know, who needs communication in a relationship? We just take what we think and go off of that. Doesn't matter what the truth is. Dang it. Where you at? There we go. No lever this time. I guess I don't think you can get rabbit hide in this. Alrighty, buddy. Buddy boy. Oh, we've been at this for 40 minutes already. Dang. Here's the thing, like, I myself have had relationships where my partner, for some reason, was afraid that I was gonna cheat. And here's the thing. For one, I was raised better than that. And for two, I'm lucky to get anyone. I mean, for real. You know, I'm lucky to get anyone in my life who actually wants to be in a relationship with me and is so, you know, infatuated with me that the idea of me cheating on them causes that much distress to them. Now, obviously, I don't want someone to worry like that, because that's not something you want, because that creates an even more unhealthy relationship. Yeah, there's people who will say stuff like that. You know, just because, you know, their boyfriend plays a female character like I am right now, that automatically somehow makes them, you know, unloyal to their relationship, which is just not the case. You know, oh, there he is.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you.
But, like, you know,
but a true warrior
playing as a character of the opposite gender in a video
That's why I'm
game
here, with my
has
shield
nothing to
brothers.
do with your loyalty to your partner in the real world.
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the Companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters.
Because here's
in
the thing.
honor. And we
If
show
that
up to solve problems
is
if the coin is good
a
enough.
determining factor of your loyalty,
Not for me to say.
then
You'll have to talk to Codlac White
that
Man
makes
up
me
at your
very
The old man's got a good
unloyal
sense
to
for
anyone, because
He can look in your eyes. and
most
tell
of the
you
characters I create in games where you
If
get
you
to
go
create
to
your own
him,
character are female.
Good luck.
Because I like to customize my character and try out all the cool looking outfits, but most video games have most of that locked for the female characters, which, you know, isn't necessarily a bad thing, but
Need a ride?
gives the incentive to play as a female character. But that's a sidetrack. Oh, I know, right? Like, so many games where the main character is female. I mean, I played a ton of them. Tomb Raider, even. I'm so disloyal.
Where do you want to go?
We don't have the gold to go anywhere right now. I have to get a little gold first. But you know, that just makes me such a piece of garbage.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only. Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
Yeah, right. like, I totally would prefer a bunch of zeros and ones over a real human being. Like, I'll take the zeros and ones any day. So much better than real humans.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more
Old friend,
Imperial soldiers.
patron of the great class.
But let's be fair, you know. It's perfectly valid for someone to worry about that, especially if it's based on the fact that they love this person so much that the idea of losing them is that detrimental to them.
One of those horrors comes here. We'll be ready.
I spend a lot of time at the market stall.
You know,
so I can
because,
learn
like,
merchants' trade.
if that is the case, you know, that hopefully means that this person himself is loyal. And that they don't just expect their partner to be loyal while they don't have to be. Because I've met a few people who were like that, but, you know.
What is
Oh
it?
yeah, cute as hell, man. Like, for real.
I only counsel caution. We cannot afford to act rashly in time. My lord, please. This is no time
What's
for
the
rash
meaning
action.
of this interruption?
I just think we need
Jarl
to
Balgrup is not receiving visitors.
I just...
Who's this?
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes? I should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. If that dragon is lurking in the mountains...
And here's the thing.
He'll assume we're
That
preparing
mentality
to join Ulfric's side
is
and attack
often
him.
the result
We should not...
of,
I'll not stand
you
idly
know,
by while the dragon burns
being
my
wronged
hold
like
and
that in the
slaughters
past.
my people. Irileth, send a detachment
That's no
to
excuse
Riverwood
to
at
just
once.
automatically assume all your
Yes,
partners
my
are
lord.
like that.
If you'll excuse me,
But it
I'll
is
return to my
something to
duties.
be aware of,
That
is
would
that
be best.
if you're getting into a relationship
done.
with someone who has
sought me
been
out on
cheated
your
on
own
in the
initiative.
past, be
You've
aware
done
that that
right
may
for
have
service.
affected them.
I won't forget it.
Because that kind of stuff can
Take
affect
this
people.
as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons.
You have to be patient. But I don't want to be patient. I want to dress right now. Father promised.
All you ever do is complain about what you want. You're a spoiled baby.
I'm going to tell Father you said that. He'll tan your hide for sure.
Fun fact regarding Ulfric's kids. It's possible that his son
Farengar,
may have murdered
I
his
think I found
wife.
someone who can help you with your dragon project.
Because there's
Go ahead and
a
fill her in with all the details.
very short side mission
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me.
where you learn
yes,
that
you
his
must be referring
kids
to
are
my
being
research into the dragons.
influenced
Yes, I
by
could use someone to
a, I
fetch
think it was
something
a,
for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
oh man. That's, yeah, having relationships with people like that can be affecting. Now, here's the thing, I don't say that in a way that I mean like, you know,
Straight to the point, eh?
don't get
No
into
need for
a
tedious
relationship
housing
with
wise.
someone with a
I like
record.
that.
Because
Leave
they
those
very well
details to
could be
your
a
betters,
very,
am I right?
very kind person.
I learned of a certain stone
their record
tablet
may be
said to
minor.
housed in Bleak Falls Barrow.
But,
the Dragonstone, said to contain
if
a
you
map of
were-
dragon burial sites.
in a
Go to Bleak Falls
relationship
Barrow. Find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main
who
chamber, and bring it
with
to
someone
me.
who
Simplicity itself.
does terrible things. You know, get out of the relationship in that situation, because if they do terrible things to others, it's heavily possible they could do it to you. And it's good that you showed her love. I'm happy to know that, because people who have been in relationships like that need love. They need someone who cares.
Ah, student of the craft. You'll need to start by learning an enchantment. Take an enchanted weapon or piece of armor, then use the arcane enchanter to learn its secrets. The item is destroyed in the process, so be wary. Once you know an enchantment, you'll need a filled soul gem and something to enchant. You'll use the arcane enchanter for that too. Of course, I have everything you need for sale if you have the coin.
Okay. Yeah, so in that situation where there isn't a record, you know, all anyone can really do is just get out of that relationship, because if they're doing these terrible things, that could drag you down. You know, I've had close friends who have gotten in major trouble because the person they were in a relationship was doing terrible things, and they just happened to be there.
Dragon,
or worse.
We need it quickly, before it's too late.
Of course, Jarl Balgroof. You seem to have found me an able assistant. I'm sure she will
I
prove
don't know the
most
word,
useful.
but assuming it's not pleasant,
and you'll be rewarded. Best
not to tell me the word. But if it's from Germany back in the 30s, and given the context, yeah. But no, if in a relationship where someone is in a situation where their partner is doing, you know, bad and illegal stuff, you know, it's not necessarily saying that this person, you know, is doing bad stuff as well, because oftentimes it may be that only one side of a relationship is that kind of person. But what I've seen a lot was
can't stop now, and I can't get
people who were in relationships with someone who was doing something bad or something, you know, even illegal, and this person made them feel like they were obligated to assist them in it, you know,
thinking of settling
which can lead you down a very bad path, because oftentimes, you know, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong with being German. You know, nothing wrong with being any race, or any gender, or really anything. Because it's not that is important in a relationship. It's, you know, how they act and whether they love you or not. And the fact that you say she's very wholesome and very sweet makes me think that you have someone who is good for you. And I'm sorry that, you know, people have said terrible things to her, and, you know, that she's been in relationships with people who were bad people, because no one deserves to be put through that. You know, no one. I myself am Asian, by the way, and actually part Asian, part German.
As our feud with
Oh, yes. If it's regarding that, then I definitely feel bad that she was in that situation, because that's very, very bad for anyone to be in. No one deserves that. But no, as I was saying, you know,
what do you need?
I am German and Asian myself, and I have been called terrible things just for mainly being Asian, because, you know, specifically in my skin tone, that's what is more noticeable.
What is it?
I have been
Dragons?
called terrible things in the past. well, I'm glad that that is the case, and it's very good that you love her for who she is, because, you know, she definitely needs that. Anyone needs that. You know, you need something like that, and from what you've told me, you have something like that, which is great. So, I'm glad to hear, or, you know that, not hear that. But, no, you know, I'm glad that you have that kind of relationship, because that's really good. My family comes from Vietnam. My grandma was from Vietnam. She met my grandpa during the Vietnam War. And, you know, as a result, you know, those are the two origins of my family. So, yeah, I'm from Vietnam, or I should say my family's from Vietnam. I am not from Vietnam myself. I have never been there. But my family originates from Vietnam. But, you know, I was treated very poorly in the past for, you know, my Asian heritage. And specifically was called some very insensitive things back in 2020. So, you know, I'm sorry that your girlfriend had to go through something like that, because that's someone who has gone through stuff like that for many years. I know how that feels. I should also mention I do have a bit of Native American in there as well because of my father. My father is, I believe, Cherokee? I may be wrong about that. I never really learned much about that side of the family. But, you know, so I've been, like I said, called a lot of foul things in the past. It's very unfortunate for anyone to go through. Yeah, some people are really misinformed and uneducated. They think, you know, just speaking a language that is not your own is somehow inherently racist, which is definitely not the case. You know, now if you're going out of your way to do so in a mocking manner, that's a different case, but I highly doubt you were. Speaking, in your example, Spanish, does not make you racist. In fact, in my personal opinion, it makes you even less racist because you're going out of your way to learn this language, assumedly in the possibility that you may end up needing to speak the language with someone who only speaks the language. You know, so learning those things is good. Yes, that does defeat the entire point of the definition of racism. You know, you're not. The thing with racism is it's someone, you know, trying to present one race as better than the other. And, you know, learning to speak the language is simply not the case. You know, that's not you presenting either race as better. That's you becoming more informed and gaining the ability to communicate better with someone who may only speak that language. You know, for example, I have a close friend in my life. He learned multiple languages, but the main one that he went out of his way to learn was Spanish. You know, he had a friend of his whose, I think, mother only spoke Spanish. Exactly, you know, if you're, like, here's the thing. Like I say, you know, learning another language is not inherently racist, and I'm sorry that whoever that person was thought that that was the case, because, like I said, it's not. You know, but, you know, people will make comments like that, unfortunately. You will meet tons of people who genuinely believe that doing something like that is racist. And it's a shame, because it's just a sign of someone being uneducated, you know, they don't know better than that. And in some cases, it's just them refusing to educate themselves. Which is unfortunate, you know, because I personally think it's a good thing to learn other languages if you can. You know, I personally, myself, have tried to learn other languages. I haven't done too great at it, but that's because I have a short attention span. You know, but if you're learning another language other than your original language, that's a good thing, because here's the thing. I don't know where you live personally, but at least in America, you know, not a lot of people, you know, speak multiple languages, but from what I understand, most other countries do. You know, they go out of their way to make sure the majority of people learn at least one language other than their original language. Now, I don't know the exact truth to that, and if it is true, how many countries are like that, you know, where they go out of their way to teach extra languages. But, you know, at least here in America, you know, I haven't met a ton of people who do know even 2 languages. Exactly. You know, especially if you're in a friendship or a relationship with someone who may be either they or their someone in their family is from another country. You know, like, you know, my friends have been very good with learning about the culture of Vietnam and Germany, you know, and I appreciate that from them. But, you know, as I said, you know, you're not racist for that. I know I'm talking in circles here a lot. Sorry about that. I tend to do that. But, you know, if someone is from another country and you go out of your way to learn about their country and its culture and its language, then I honestly think you're a darn good person for that. Because you're taking time out of your life to learn about someone else. And that's a good thing. So, you know. Oh, yes. I personally have very minor knowledge of, the origins of my family. I don't know a lot about Vietnamese or German culture. But, you know, they both have amazing celebrations. Yes, like Oktoberfest, you know. But there's a lot of amazing festivals like that. It's great. You know, celebrations and festivals like that are great to learn about. So when you learn about these things and you're like, oh, that's cool. That's good. You're learning something that you didn't know before. Okay, so I think it's snake, whale, yeah. So it's great, and I applaud you for going out of your way to learn these things, because that's an amazing thing on your part. But like personally, I'd love to learn about not only the cultures that are the origins of my family, but other cultures too. I'd love to learn about stuff like that. Like, it would genuinely be great. Oh look, we leveled up. We're gonna go ahead and increase our magicka a bit. And we're gonna want to put a point into conjuration. Let's go ahead and equip sparks. That's a very good point, That could be a great way to learn another language. Because if that streamer realizes that is what you're trying to do, they can help you a lot by pointing out if you mispronounce anything. Because even I, when trying to speak Vietnamese, have said some things wrong, and I have family members who speak very fluent Vietnamese, and they have corrected me, and I appreciate that. And that's always a good thing when there's someone who can tell you, hey, you're saying this wrong. It's here's the thing. People who genuinely are part of these cultures hopefully will not get mad at you for trying to learn their language. Hopefully they will appreciate that. I can't say that that's the case in every situation, but like I said, hopefully, if you were to talk to someone in their language, hopefully they would appreciate you trying that, because a lot of people won't take the time out of their day to learn another language.
Get it away from me! Get it away! Get it away from me! Get it away! Help! Help me out of here! You! Over here!
Yeah, see, here's the thing with jokes like that. In a relationship where you say this to someone you know personally, and they know that what you say is not with any malintent, then, you know, in certain situations, that can be overlooked. But, you know, it's important not to let that cause you to say that in a situation with someone you don't personally know. Now, that's not me saying that that's something you do, but, you know, some people I have met, you know, they will make jokes, regarding, you know, certain races when it comes to me, usually about the fact that I'm Asian. They will make, you know, jokes that said in any other situation with any other person would not be considered okay. But I know that they are simply joking and that there's no malintent with what they're saying to me. So, you know, in the right situation with the right person who knows you personally, yes, definitely, it is okay. Yeah, see, someone who knows you personally and who can take a joke like that and won't get mad at you is always, you know, it's always nice to see. No, that's not saying that you should expect every person you know who is of a certain race to hear you make a joke like that and not get mad, because some people are more okay with it than others. Like, for example, you know, some of my friends who are Asian like I am would not be okay with jokes like that. You know, some people just are more upset by, you know, those kinds of jokes, and that's understandable. Because oftentimes you'll have people who will make jokes like that to go out of their way to say malicious things without getting in trouble. You know, their whole reasoning for it is because they have something against this person's race. And obviously, like I've said previously, that's not me saying that this is your reasoning for it. I highly doubt it is. You seem like a very, very kind person. But, you know, it is understandable that some people will get more mad about it than others, because there are people who will do that. You know, they'll say these things with a joking tone specifically in order to be able to say these things without getting in trouble, because they believe if they say it in a joking tone, that they can't be held accountable for anything they say. Obviously, that is not everyone, but there are some who do that, and it's unfortunate. Oh, hello there. That was a close one. Wait for a fire to clear up. Exactly. That's something that is very important to know, is to make sure that they are aware that you don't mean anything malicious by it. Because if they know that what you're saying is simply a joke and not malicious, they're more likely to be okay with it. You know, they're more likely to say, oh yeah. They're likely to laugh it off, is the thing. Not everyone, obviously, but most people, if they know you and they know that you're not this malicious type of person, they're a bit more likely to be willing to laugh it off despite what is being said. And that's always nice, you know, when you can say, when you can make a joke, and it may be a bit more on the harsh side, but you're saying it to someone who knows that's the joke and they're okay with it. Now, hopefully, if you meet someone new and you start making these kinds of jokes, they will let you know in a very calm tone the first time that, you know, they don't like those kinds of jokes regardless, because if they let you know, then that's when you know, okay, this person's not into those jokes, let me tone it back. Yeah, exactly, you know. See, when someone gets upset with that, as you just said, you don't want to be like, you know, it's just a joke, bro. In that situation, you know, it's very important to be like, oh, I'm sorry, that was not meant in any harsh way, you know, and that's a very good mentality, and I'm glad that that's not the type of person you are, is that you're not the type to just brush it off with the "it's a joke" line. You know, because personally, in my opinion, even though I'm okay with those jokes between me and my friends, if someone says it's just a joke when someone else gets upset, I will no longer be okay with that person making the jokes towards me. Because that suggests to me that they are the type of person who is saying it with malintent. Because that's a very common line with you know, the people who make the jokes with malintent, but say it jokingly to get away with it, is they'll say it's just a joke to avoid consequences. So, again, I am glad that you're not the kind of person who would use that line as a way to get away with it. Makes me very happy to know that. Just a moment. Sorry about that, I was getting a phone call. But no, I'm glad that you're not the type of person who uses that as a way to avoid consequences for saying something. Even if you didn't say the joke with malintent, simply using that line when confronted about it gives off a bad impression. That's very good, you know. Like I say, you know, when you have someone who in your life who is okay with jokes like that, and you know they won't get mad at you if you say something like that, then it can be a little more of a sort of open friendship where you can say things that you wouldn't be able to say in other situations, and you both have the understanding that you can only say it in that situation. Yeah, see, like, even though I'm okay with the jokes, I do respect that you make that, you point that out, you know. It takes knowing someone and knowing them personally. Like, here's the thing. I would not, even if I've been watching a streamer for years, make that kind of joke, because if I don't know them personally, then I don't know that they'd be okay with that. Now, obviously, you know that I'm okay with that, because I've said I'm okay with it, but, you know, I perfectly agree, you know, we don't know each other personally, so it would not make sense for us to make that kind of joke towards each other. You know, like, I couldn't make a comment about your race and and have it be okay, even as a joke, because I don't know you personally. Like I've said, you seem like a very, very nice person. But, you know, I would not make that joke while talking to you. I would not make a joke like that while talking to you on my streams. You know, because that's wrong, you know. You don't say that to someone you don't know personally. Exactly. You're just a random guy on the internet, and, you know, sure, you and I are both okay with jokes like that, but we know where to draw the line, and that's what's important. Now that you know where the line is. And here's the thing. Sometimes knowing where that line is may take learning where that line is. Through, unfortunately, experiencing where that line is. Now, hopefully, that is not the case in every situation, as I would hope that no one has to be in a situation where they say something that's just that slight bit too far and someone goes off on them. But, you know, knowing where the line is and knowing specifically where the line is regarding your current environment is very important. Because the line can be drastically different when it comes to your environment. Like, I would never dare to make, you know, those kinds of jokes that I make with my few friends who are okay with it in a situation and an environment where I'm near multiple other people of the same race who are either complete strangers to me or my friend's family. You know, that's very important. You know, my friends may be okay with it, and heck, their family may even be okay with it, but I would never make those jokes towards their family, because that's drastically different. You know, that's a very different situation. Environment is an important part about knowing the line. Oh, nice. New mage robes. I'll go and take all this, too. Sell it. So this one simply regenerates magicka 50% faster. This one makes conjuration take 50% less, or 12% less to cast. Exactly, you know, and like I said, I respect you heavily for knowing that line, because it's important to know that line. You know, like I said, environment means a lot to determining that line. Like, here's my Yeah, that can be a bit annoying. I believe me, I know. It cuts off the messages when you're trying to type quite a bit. It can be quite irritating. But no, like I say, the most important thing is environment. That is going to help you determine the limits and the line to it. Because, for example, like I said, with, my friend, between my friend and my friend's family, I would feel terrible if I made that joke in front of, say, his mother. I'd feel terrible. Because, believe me, my best friend, he is... his family is Hispanic. I don't know where from specifically. I make jokes towards him from time to time, not super frequent, but sometimes. But I would never in my life say them to his mom or his dad. I would be terrified if I did. I'd honestly be terrified that his father or mother would just never let me come around again. Because, it's extremely, extremely important to know these things. See, that's very fair, Here's the thing. If you know someone is a very chill person... oh my. Yeah, someone who hates the ocean playing a game like Subnautica, that must be torturous for them. Because, But yeah, definitely very... You have my respect. I will say that. Oh, yep. See, joking with them about that can be funny if you're in the right situation. And here's the thing, I've seen people online who will find a video of someone, for example, making, dark humor jokes. That's the most common one I've seen this example I'm about to tell you happen with is, someone will see a video of dark humor jokes. Now, I personally am not the biggest fan of dark humor. So these people will find these videos and make reactions to them getting extremely mad. And that's their right. They have the right to be mad about that if they don't like it. But, these jokes, you make them, and if they offend someone, apologize to that person because, they have their right to feel that way. And, it's only... your only obligation in that situation is to apologize.
You see?
All that.
The terminology is clearly First Era or even earlier. I'm convinced this is a copy of a much older text.
I mean...
perhaps dating to just after the Dragon War.
I don't really...
I
haven't really had to ban someone from my channel before. I would certainly hope that you don't intend to get banned, but...
oh, have no fear.
There are
the Jarl
ways
himself
to
has
get
finally
banned,
taken an interest.
There are
so
limits.
I'm now able... ah, the Dragon Stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. Seems you are a cut above the usual brutes the Jarl sends my way.
About him being afraid of the ocean is making fun of me for being afraid of the ocean. See, when you have someone that you are close with and you both share a situation like that, where
the work of the mind,
like with you and your friend, you're both afraid of the ocean.
My
that can lead to these jokes being a bonding,
she discovered its location
like
by
being
she has
a
so
way to
far
bond
declined
with
to
each
share
other.
with me. So
Which is nice,
was correct
being
after
able to
all.
bond.
And we have our friend here to thank for recovering it for us.
You went into Bleak Falls Barrow and got that? Nice work. Just send me a copy when you've deciphered it.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
A dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If a dragon decides to attack Whiterun, I don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
I have never personally even heard of Green Hell, but Stranded Deep. Here's the thing. I'm in a very similar situation to you, Sean. I am terrified of the deep ocean.
Right. We saw it coming from the south. It was fast. Faster than anything I've ever seen.
And being a...
What did it do?
Yes,
Is it attacking the watchtower?
Very good to get your perspective then, you know.
Just circling
obviously,
overhead
you say
when I
you
left.
love the ocean.
I never ran so fast in my life.
No.
I thought it would come after me, for
So,
Good work, son.
I'll ask you
we'll
this.
Take it from here. Head down to the
you
barracks for
have
some
any friends
food
that
and
you
rest. You've earned it.
They may be afraid of the ocean, that you can make that joke
down
with.
there.
Or jokes about
I've
that way.
already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth
that's
and
very
help her
fair.
fight this
You know,
dragon.
people are scared of stuff. Very
You
understandable.
survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't
if
forgotten
you
the service you did for me
make
in
jokes
retrieving
about
the Dragon
someone's
Stone for
fears,
Farengar.
that's one thing. You know, if you're making
As a
harmless
token of my
jokes.
esteem,
But I've
I
seen
have
things
instructed
like this
Avenici
video.
that you are now permitted
it
to
was one of those
purchase
talk
property in the city.
shows.
And please, accept this gift from my personal army.
And this lady I was afraid of, I think it was
I
Olive.
would very much like to see this dragon.
And the show host
can't
did probably
afford to
the
risk
worst
both
thing
of
he
you.
could have
I
done
need
in
you
that
here working
situation.
on ways to defend the
Is
city
he
against these dragons.
he had someone bring out a literal can of olives. You know, so that is very much regarding what I said earlier, in that it's important to know where the line is. Making a harmless joke is one thing,
I hope you get there in
but
time.
going out of your way to, trigger someone's fight or flight situation with their fear is really uncalled for.
You tried mercenary work? It might suit you.
Bits and baubles for sale, all crafted by the best.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. It can also be very great to help someone work through their fear. For example, when I was a little kid, this is a bit embarrassing to reveal, but when I was a little kid, I was terrified of Kermit the Frog. Now, as an adult, I am no longer afraid. This is something when I was 6 or 7 years old. But there was a reasoning for it. This was around the time that YouTube was still kind of new. And I saw a video that my friend at the time showed me, where it was a horror parody video in which Kermit the Frog killed a bunch of kids, a horror situation, and it terrified me. And due to it, for a few years, even simply hearing someone do the voice of Kermit the Frog caused me to jump, as it may happen with a kid. But, luckily, one of my friends helped me work through that. Yeah, see, here's the thing, Sean. If you are ever put in a situation where, you're presented with your fear, it's very important to know your limits. Know what you can and can't take, and what can help you to handle it better. Because if you can handle it with something like anxiety meds, that's good. And regarding your comment, Bingus, I'm glad that I'm helping to give you a bit more perspective on this. I'm trying not to come across as offensive or anything, but I'm glad that what I'm telling you is helping to give you perspective. That's very good, and it means that I'm not coming across in a negative way.
Just got grabbed when they tried to make a run for it. Kidret, save us. Here he comes again.
Alrighty, here we go. Our first dragon fight. I always hated this fight because for some reason whenever I do it, the dragon refuses to land, forcing me to fight at a range. It can be really difficult. It's only like he may refuse to land this time.
Anyone see him?
Never mind. Literally right after I say that, he lands. Oh, shoot! Down he goes. Well, I appreciate you saying that. Obviously, if there's any conversations you want to have, just bring them up and I'll tell you if that conversation may or may not be a bit too far for the stream. But, you know, if you are not comfortable with it, obviously, don't, like, bring it up, because if you're not comfortable talking about it, I don't want to talk about something that's going to make you uncomfortable. Because that would be very uncalled for on my part, to talk about something you're uncomfortable about, especially knowing that you're uncomfortable. And we now have our first dragon shout.
We taught that dragon not to mess with believe it. You're Dragonborn.
See, here's the thing, Sean. I personally am slightly claustrophobic myself. But it leans more towards a fear of large crowds. I don't like being around a lot of people. I tend to freak out.
That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
Luckily, I don't tend to be in that situation a lot because I make sure to avoid it.
There's only one way to find out.
It likely is. I have
According
a lot
to the old legend,
anxiety
only the
problems,
Dragonborn can shout without training.
more than just
the way the
with crowds.
What are you talking about?
But,
That's
you know...
right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the dragon.
The thing is, you know, like, for example, when I was in high school, I would go to church. See, that's a very good point. You know, if you fear people judging you, at least in my personal opinion, going to any place with large crowds is really, risky. Now, I'm not saying don't go
Those
out
belong to
into
Dragonblood.
public places
Like old timers.
just because they may have large crowds. That's a very unhealthy way of looking at it. But, you know, if you have a fear of being judged, the important thing is to, you know, try not to, even if someone is judging you, like, you know that they are judging you. Like, let's say you do something that they dislike and they're just judging you and scolding you right then and there. The best thing I can say is to try to separate yourself from the situation. You know, now, that may not be an easy or even may not be a possible way of going about it. But, you know, if you can, and someone is judging you, or doing anything that you may have a fear of, try all you can to get out of that situation. Because staying in that situation will only make it worse.
You already have been told you're not allowed here. Turn around and go back the way you came. We're cousins.
Come to chat with an old woman?
Exactly, you know, that's always a good thing. Like, regarding
you know what's wrong with
my fear of big crowds, oftentimes when I start panicking, if I have my friends with me, they will go out of their way to separate me from whatever this situation where I'm panicking due to large people is. You know, they'll pull me to the side, take me to a less crowded area, and that's always a nice thing, you know, have someone there who can help you. And here's the important thing is, you know, I had this thing when I was dreaming of some aliens doing something when I was paralyzed, when I was sleeping, and I had to work outside. Okay, personally, I don't really have a...
Good. You're finally here. The Jarl's been waiting for you.
Any sort of advice for that one, Bingus, because it's not something I have much knowledge on, and I don't want to say something that may end up being wrong or offensive. But, you know, hopefully, you don't end up in a situation like that.
Dragonborn. What do you know about the Dragonborn?
Yeah, see, if you have a fear of large crowds, or of people judging you, going to Comic-Con is going to require you to have friends with you. You know, it's... And here's the thing. Comic-Con isn't necessarily a large event, but I find that when it's a smaller Comic-Con event...
True. Greybeards really
it tends to be a little more crowded because you have a lot of people in a smaller space. For example, when I was in 11th grade,
high on the slopes of the throat of the world.
I went to a local Comic-Con event at a library right around the corner from my home at the time, and there were a lot of people there because it was a small event. Oh. That's very nice, Bingus. You're going to Comic-Con as Ryu. I hope you have fun with that. Me having friends or me having anxiety pills with me. See, anxiety pills are a decent way to deal with that. Just, you know, make sure you don't overdo it, obviously. You know, because some people, when in situations, will overdo that, that could hurt them.
The ability to focus your vital essence into a thune.
So obviously be careful about that.
If you really are Dragonborn, they can teach you how to use your gift.
I personally have not
the thundering
watched
sound as you return to Whiterun? That was the voice of the Greybeard.
I don't know if that's a game or a show.
To High Rothgar.
Regardless, I don't I don't know the character, but
not since Tabaseptim himself.
if you
was
were
someone
to
that
go
he
as
was
that
still
character,
Talos
I
of
certainly
Angor.
hope you would have fun with it.
Rungar, calm yourself. What does any of this Nord
When
nonsense have
I
to do with our friend
went
here?
to the
Capable as
Comic-Con
she may
event
be,
back in
I
11th
don't see any
grade,
signs of her being
I
this,
went as
what,
Itachi from
Dragonborn.
Naruto. Ah,
What
okay, yeah, that
nonsense.
explains it.
Why,
I
you
didn't
puffed
really
up
watch Adult
ignorant.
Swim
These
growing
are
up,
sacred
so...
traditions that go back to the
you know.
founding of the First Empire.
My
don't be so hard on our
mom was very strict
I meant no
about
disrespect,
that when I
of
was a
course.
kid.
It's just that.
Now,
what do these
obviously,
graybeards
when I
want
was a
with
bit
her?
older, she wasn't as strict, but
the
I just
Greybeard's
had grown up
business,
not watching it, so I didn't
not
watch
ours. Whatever happened when you killed that dragon?
it. But regardless, you
revealed
know,
something in you.
when it comes to Comic-Cons, it can be really
Greybeards
fun.
heard it.
It's a new show, but I
If
definitely
they
haven't
think
seen
you're
it.
Dragonborn,
The last time I
you're
watched
weak
anything on Adult Swim,
you
I was
better
like
get up to High
15.
Hrothgar immediately. There is no refusing the summons of the Greybeards. It's a tremendous honor. I envy you know, to climb the 7,000 steps again. I made the pilgrimage once. Did you know that? High Hrothgar is a very peaceful place.
See, that is definitely a way to go about it if you just don't get caught by your parents.
The Greybeards even notice what's going on down here. They
Okay,
haven't
well,
seemed to care
that is
before.
definitely very,
No matter.
very nice.
Go
Because,
to
you know,
High Hrothgar.
if you've watched a lot of anime,
Learn
you
what
get
the
along
Greybeards
really
can
well
teach
with
you.
my brother. You get
You've
along
done a
very
great
well with my
service for
brother.
me and my
He has
city,
watched a ton
Dragonborn.
of anime.
By my right as Jarl, I name
I don't
you
think
Thane
you were
of
here
Whiterun.
when
It's the
I
greatest
explained
honor
this
that's
thing,
within
but
my power
I'm
to grant.
Vietnamese myself.
I assign you Lydia as a personal housecarl.
Anyways,
and this weapon
guys,
from my armory
this
to
is where
serve
I'm
as your
gonna
badge of office.
call
I'll
the
also notify
stream
my guards of your
because
new
it is
title.
3 a.m. for me.
Wouldn't want them to
and
think
I
you're
have
part of the
work in
common
morning,
rabble, now
so,
would we?
You know.
We are honored to have
So,
you as Thane of our
I'm
city,
gonna finish up this
Dragonborn.
dialogue, and I hope
Back to business,
you
Proventus.
both
We
have
still have a
a
city to
wonderful
defend.
night, and I hope you tune
Yes,
into any of my future streams. I try to stream near daily. Sometimes I will stream multiple times a day. So, I hope to see you both again. Have a wonderful day or night, depending on what it is for you. And take care. I appreciate that, Bingus. Thank you. I appreciate the sub. Anyways, like I said, have a wonderful night, and I hope you tune into future streams. I play multiple
Father says
games.
I'm too young to choose the sword, so I practice
If you
with my
prefer
fists.
commentary, you'll likely like to tune into my
One of the new
Skyrim and
servants?
Fallout 4 streams.
Remember that I like my meat rare.
Most of my other stuff is non-commentary. So have a wonderful night, everyone.